Hey guys, Mr. Markcoos here, and as you can see, we're back with some MyClub, and in today's episode we have 3 matches for you, going straight into Division 10. Is it Division 10 right now? I believe we're in Division 10. So we're going straight into Division 10 matches. We have 3 matches for you today, and all I'm going to say is these 3 matches are the closest matches I've ever had in a game of PES Online. Now, what does that mean? You'll probably see by the end of this episode what I mean by that logic, because basically the stats sort of show that basically none of the guys really deserve the sort of things which happened and stuff like that, and I don't really deserve what happens to me. But yeah, again, the connection status, Konami, what the hell? I don't know if it's my internet, because my internet's pretty good, so it can't be my end, and everyone else is complaining about all over PES fan about how the online connection takes you so long to get into a game. But yeah, anyway, having these things actually let me just vent out some frustration whenever I actually get to record stuff, so it's pretty decent when I actually do get to record stuff, get to vent out my frustration before a match actually starts, where I just get frustrated looking back at the match again. You'll sort of understand what I'm talking about in about a minute and a half's time. So yeah, or 2 minutes time roughly, I don't know, but anyway, takes ages. Eventually get into a match against Jean Jose Rodrigo, or Jean Jose Rodrigo, or whatever his name is. And eventually we end up finding out that he is playing with Girondins de Bordeaux, so he's probably French. And he has a relatively good team. His standout player, of course, is Sergio Ramos at the back, as you'd expect. Frank Lampard in midfield. Like, Frank Lampard should not even be in the game, but Frank Lampard in midfield. I'm just saying Lampard shouldn't be in the game because technically he's at New York City. Is it New York City is that now? So technically he shouldn't actually be there, because the MLS are not even in the, game. So anyway, for the first kickoff, he basically runs at me with players, and he's just ridiculous. So eventually Carvajalis on the ball, gives it into Suarez. Suarez gives it into Barral. Barral eventually just plays nothing. He just basically does a pretty decent job in defending. Well, I did a pretty decent job of defending. Give the ball really cheaply away though, and he gets a strike away and nearly actually scores straight from kickoff. So with that, I was like, okay, this is going to be a good game. Let's have some actual fun here. So with Hernandez on the ball, eventually wait for D'Alessandro to make the run. D'Alessandro gets thrown goal, gets a strike away. Keeper makes a really good save, and it comes out again. He defends and does a pretty decent job. He eventually comes up to Marco Brighton, getting his debut, crosses it in, and then Montero at the back post probably should do better. Comes up to 4 gets it down, and he volleys it into the back of the net to give us a 1-0 lead. Now, this game I made so many mistakes. Like here, I have the ball for Edson Silva. Actually, there's not a mistake there, but anyway, like, he hits the post. He does a really, unfortunately, actually hits the post, and then in the 29th minute of the match, he gets the ball here for Lampard eventually, gives it in, passes it into Carvajalis. Carvajalis passes it in. Okay, now he gets a relatively decent goal away, gets a strike away, no mistakes there, whatever. But in the 40th minute of the match here, Carvajalis again on the ball, gives it to Suarez. Suarez runs for a bit. Eventually Carvajalis gets it back. I cross it in. Edson Silva, for whatever reason, decides to head it straight back to his centre back, to his goal scorer, and I was really annoyed with that because I didn't actually press X to pass the ball. I pressed square to clear it, and he decided to clear it straight to the edge of the box like an absolute fool. Like I said when I got Edson Silva, he is not a good centre back. I need another one, but for whatever reason I just cannot seem to get one. So in the 73rd minute of the match, me trying to pause the game to bring on some substitutes, he eventually gets another strike away eventually with Suarez. But a really good tackle from Botia. I eventually get an opportunity away. Really poor pass from my leg off. Comes out to Barral. Again, I made one little small mistake. He eventually skins past one player. Pays it into Ahmed Halbin, and he actually hits it just wide of the post. But in the 83rd minute of the match, Keown on the ball for him. No, Keown on the ball for me. For every reason playing up front. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Anyway, eventually Tony Cruz gets the ball in the 84th minute. I run past 2 or 3 players. He tries to play an offside trap, and I was most annoyed with this because I don't get a strike away. But Hernandez down his left hand side. Eventually I do run past 2 players, get a strike away myself. He blocks it with his hand, but there's no handball, so I'm like, fine with that, fair enough. In the 86th minute of the match here, Lampard on the ball, plays it into Barral, and Barral again runs past a couple of players. Doesn't really get anywhere. Like, I was putting all this pressure on him, and it was like ridiculous how much pressure was actually on him. I was actually hesitating, I was in control, I'm not Keown. This makes perfect sense. But anyway, in the 90th minute of the match here, again, Lampard on the ball, running down the left hand side. Plays into Carvajalis. Carvajalis, he scores a really nice goal here, actually, to be honest. Like, a really nice 1-2 finish. And he scores past Gianluigi Buffon, make it 3-1 to him. But the game was so close that I was actually not too bothered when I got beat by him. I was like, okay, pretty good. Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Let's try and get another player in. This or that. And I'll try and get another defender in, because I want a replacement for Edson Silva, because he's absolutely horrendous. If I get a black ball here, I could potentially get someone like Pepe or Sergio Ramos or someone really good. But unfortunately for me, I go 2 past the black ball and get another gold ball. Another gold ball, again, gives me another player. This time I actually get a pretty decent player in Vieira, the right back for Wolfsburg from Portugal. Pretty good to replace Akpro, because Akpro is more or less quite terrible. So, replace Akpro, and I was like, okay, let's go again. Let's try and get another player in here. Let's see who we could potentially get in if we sign a top player. I wanted to get another defensive midfielder to replace Hamid Al-Din in midfield. But again, because there's no filtering system and you have to go straight for just midfielders in general, I end up getting a really good midfielder that I didn't actually want. So, as you see here, we end up getting a black ball, and I was like, yes, the black ball, that's what you want. You get a player with orange boots, you're like, yeah, this is it. And I was like, straight away, I was like, I knew who it was. You can probably all tell already who it is, and I'm really happy to have him, but it's not a player I actually wanted, and I end up getting Franck Ribéry. Now, Franck Ribéry is an amazing player, but he's not what I wanted. He's not what I ordered. I wanted another midfielder who is a defense midfielder. All I'm saying is MyClub, it's really basic, when in reality there should be a filtering system to allow you, for example, when you go into the top player agents, goalkeeper is goalkeeper. Defenders, it should be left or right back and centre backs. And then midfielders, it should be left or right midfield, and then centre midfielders and attacking midfield. No, there's centre attacking and defence midfielders all in one category, and in strikers, it's just strikers. It's the most annoying thing in the world when you just want to get a good player. You get a good player, but a player you don't actually want. Like for that, I do not really want Franck Ribéry. I'm sort of happy with Montero and Ayatollah, but the game decides to give me Franck Ribéry, so of course I'm going to use him, because why not? So anyway, I'm off tangent. Let's go back to actual main topic. We plays against a guy called Caesar, and his team was of course the Real Galacticos, and his team was nothing special except for Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. Now, I had changed my manager by this point and was playing Ribéry, D'Alessandro and Neymar behind Hernandez, just to see basically what I could sort of do. And it didn't really change anything. It just didn't really work. I'm just going to tell you that now. I sort of, before the game had even started, I was already like, yeah, I'm probably going to get beat. Because of the fact that he has he had Messi and Ronaldo, I was like, okay, that's me probably getting destroyed in this match. But fortunately for me, I actually don't get like straight up destroyed. I'm going to say I get beat, because I do get beat, but I don't get straight up destroyed. But anyway, first minutes in the match, try and get through ball, doesn't really work. Ronaldo here gets the ball, gives it into Castaños, gets a strike up, it doesn't actually get he does get a strike away. Generally, Buffon actually comes up with a pretty decent save, doesn't come to anything, and then in the 37th minute of the match here, again, just running at me with Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's one of those players in the game which are like, if you can defend properly, he's pretty decent, he's pretty easy to defend against, but I can't defend with Edson Silva. I just cannot, I don't have any faith in him, and it's just not going to basically end well for me. But anyway, in the 41st minute of the match, I get a strike away, end up hitting the post. End up hitting the bar, sorry, with I think it was either Neymar or D'Alessandro, and it was all just going to hell. Castaños had scored for him, of course, like I didn't actually say that he scored, but he scored to make it 1-0 at half time. So it's 1-0 at half time against me. I'm the home team. I was like, okay, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. Stats sort of show that he was sort of dominating me. He more or less was. I was sort of already expecting defeat. Of course, Ronaldo and Messi, you can't really go wrong. And in the 59th minute match, Ronaldo gets through, played for on goal. Botia makes a really good tackle. If it was anyone else, he would probably go down, and that would be that. But no, he gets the opportunity, and Alessandrini, I think, pops him back to net to make it a 2-0 to him. Hernandez here in the 63rd minute of the match here. Eventually gets a strike with D'Alessandro. Again, I hit off the crossbar, but this time Ramos own goals it. I think it was Ramos own goals it. And basically it just all went to hell. Messi here in the 65th minute match, he actually skins me to hell and actually deserved to score that goal. Makes it 3-1. I was like, okay, need to really go, maybe get one more goal and it will sort of maybe end the game. It was actually it wasn't Ramos who own goal it was Martinez. But anyway, in the 71st minute match, D'Alessandro again running past a couple players, trying to get past Campagnaro, passes it into Hernandez, to Ribéry actually. Ribéry can't get the strike away. Keeper makes a pretty decent save, and then again plays through balls forward. Eventually gets it forward to Messi again. Botia this time picks it up, running past players like they're not even there. And how that is not a red card, I just do not understand. Schneiderlin comes from absolutely nowhere and just takes out Botia and gives him a yellow card. And I was like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't really be asking for a red, but that was a ridiculous challenge. But in the last minutes of the match, he played the free ball for D'Alessandrini, plays into Ronaldo. Ronaldo pops back in the net. Don't know why he played it into Ronaldo, because he could have probably scored with Alessandrini, and he makes it 4-1 to him as the final score. Now, I wasn't really that annoyed. Because of the fact I was playing against Ronaldo and Messi, I was sort of already expected defeat from the start, and I was like, yep, that's going to be that. So me getting beat, I was like, okay, I'll go into the next match, try again with a different formation this time, maybe get another manager and stuff like that. The manager I ended up getting was terrible anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, into this last match of this episode. Now this last match was the one where it sort of went over the edge to the point of just ridiculousness. So we get rated against a guy, or match against a guy called Mayor 1985B, most ridiculous online name I've ever heard of, and he's playing with Barcelona, and of course up front he doesn't really have anyone too special. His Alaba at left back, got Michu in midfield, he's got Sean at left mid, he's got a Toure brother, I would assume, up front. It's not got, I'd assume, I don't actually know if it is, but this guy it was just weird, because he just completely dominated me, and all he did was play through balls. And of course Edson Silva is just absolutely horrendous, so you know, it sort of doesn't really help. But in the first minutes of the match, he basically gives the ball straight to me. Alex gives the ball straight to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro runs past a couple of players, eventually gets through on goal, gets a strike away, and I actually score to make it 1-0 to me. Now in the 14th minute of the match here, another through ball to him. He plays it in. Edson Silva, not defending like he basically doesn't defend. He just doesn't do anything. Gianluigi Buffon doesn't do anything himself, and he makes it 1-0 just before half time. Now in the last minutes of the match, basically, well, last minutes of the first half, I clear the ball, expecting it to go out, and that'll be that. It is the 47th minute of the match. I sort of left him just down his right hand side. This time though, he just does, like, none of my players defend properly. Like that, what the hell are you doing? But eventually comes out, Buffon does get the ball, I kick the ball away, and the half actually ends. But like, he was putting me under a little bit of pressure, and it was a little bit annoying, but I wasn't really too like annoyed by it, because I wasn't dominating the match, and the match was like relatively quite close. But in the 52nd minute of the match here, he picked up the ball with Michu, plays one through ball. I've been telling Edson Silva to mark Toure, doesn't mark him, and he pops in the back of the net to make it 2-1. About maybe 20 minutes later, Michu again on the ball. Edson Silva should be marking Toure, doesn't mark him. Toure runs through on goal, he plays a through ball, and again pops it in. Buffon's basically just non-existent by this point. And in the last minutes of the match, as I try and get forward again, Edson Silva again decides I'm not going to defend properly. Toure, he basically skins the hell out of me. Does get a strike away though with Sean, and makes it 4-1. Now I was so annoyed at this point, because I was like, okay, I really should not deserve to get beat 3 times. Like 2 times probably, the third one maybe not. I mean, the stats weren't really in my favour, but I sort of lost faith by the point of like the third goal, because Edson Silva is just absolutely horrendous. So I need another centre back. I need to really be lucky in the draw to get one. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel for more, and catch you later.